Hare Krishna. Dear devotees in Russia and throughout the world, I'm telling about a festival that is going to happen very soon in Russia. Many of the devotees over the years have attended the festival in Altai, eastern side, Siberia side. I've also been at that festival maybe 3 times in earlier years, and it was very successful. So many devotees came. And this year that festival is going to be happening, and there will be 2 very, very nice senior devotees who will be coming for preaching, and they're also doing a tour of Russia. One who is already there in Russia, Uttam Krishna Prabhu, and also Madhusudan Prabhu. These 2 preachers, they come from India, and they're very senior and very, very wonderful preachers, and they can tell Harikatha so nicely. So they will be there at that festival in Altai. So I'm urging the devotees to take advantage of that festival if you're able to go there. Otherwise you can also tune in online. There will be some facilities for devotees to also listen online, and some of the senior devotees, like myself and others, we may also be giving some lecture through Zoom call like that to the devotees during the festival. So one of the most important things in spiritual life, in Krishna consciousness, is that we should follow the principles that have been given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given all instructions to Srila Rupa Goswami, to Srila Sanatana Goswami, and they have written in their books how we can make advancement in bhakti, in pure bhakti, in Krishna consciousness. And there is a list of 5 different principles, 5 different limbs of bhakti, angas of bhakti, that are considered to be the chief limbs of the whole list of 64 limbs of bhakti. And I'm telling those. The shloka is telling Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavat Shravan, Mathura Vasa, Shri Murtir, Shraddhaya Sevan. And then there it is telling that if one executes even one of these 5 limbs, they are so powerful that through executing those limbs of bhakti, one can attain prem bhakti. The transcendental ultimate goal of life is to develop love for Shri Shri Radha and Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and to develop our relationship with them and develop our bhakti to come to the stage of bhav bhakti. Now we are trying to execute Shuddha Bhakti. We are trying to become qualified to perform Uttama Bhakti. This is the terminology used by Rupa Goswami, Uttama Bhakti. He has one shloka, Anya Vilashita Shunyam, Jnana Karmadi Anavritam, Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam, Bhaktir Uttama. So Uttama means topmost, and in this context, Uttama Bhakti means that we are executing pure bhakti, which is not contaminated by any other ulterior motives or desires, and is not covered by sense gratification seeking activities. That's called karma. And it is also not covered by gyan, which means desire for impersonal liberation. So in this way, Rupa Goswami has said anukulyena Krishna anushilanam. So, anukul means favorable. So all of our activities should be favorable for Krishna. Anukulyena Krishna. And anushilanam means constant cultivation. Anushilanam. Constant 24 hours a day. This is what we want to come to in the execution of our bhakti in our life, is to be absorbed 24 hours a day in doing pure devotional activities which are giving benefit for Krishna, not thinking of our own benefit, but for Krishna we are doing it. So, Shravanam, Kirtanam, hearing, chanting, Smaranam, remembering, Padasevanam, serving the lotus feet of Krishna. These are all different limbs of bhakti. So in the list of 5 limbs that I quoted, the first one mentioned is sadhu sangha. Now what does sadhu sangha mean? Sadhu sangha means that I am in my life always aspiring to have the association of pure Vaishnavas, sadhus, those who are saintly, those who are situated in pure bhakti. The key for spiritual advancement in all levels is to always be associated with exalted pure Vaishnavas who are not involved with material desires and material benefits, but they are serving Krishna with moods of loving ecstasy. So, if we become interested and our life becomes filled with the association of pure Vaishnavas, then our cultivation of Krishna Bhakti will go very nicely, very smoothly, and we will achieve so much happiness, spiritual happiness, because we are developing our relationship with Krishna. To develop one's relationship with Krishna is the ultimate goal of life. If we are only pursuing the activities of taking care of this material body and giving facilities for material enjoyment and the extensions of this body, like our wife, our children, our family members, our fathers, parents, all of these different relationships, they can never fulfill our heart's desire, because first of all, they're temporary and they are not pure. There is always material motive involved, but our relationship with Krishna is eternal. And Krishna states in the Bhagavad Gita that all of the living entities in this material universe, all the living entities are my parts and parcels. They are emanated from me. They are my amshas. Amsha means part and parcel. So, mamai vamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. All the living entities in this material creation, they are the same, although they now inhabit different bodies of different species of life and so forth. But originally, every living entity is an eternal spark of consciousness, an emanation from Krishna. Mamai vamsho jiva loke. Krishna is telling all the jivas in this world, they are my amshas. So, and jiva bhuta sanatana. Jiva bhuta means these separate parts and parcels, jiva bhuta, sanatana. They are eternal. So actually we, although situated now in this temporary material body, with our temporary subtle body of our mind, our intelligence, our ego, our false ego, this is all temporary. It will end. But we, the jiva, the living entity within this body, we will continue eternally. there is no death for the Jiva soul. Neither is there any birth for the Jiva soul. Jiva is eternal. But now, because we have forgotten Krishna and our relationship with Krishna, so we are suffering in the material world. Krishna states that in this verse. Jiva bhuta sanatana mana shashrani indriyani prakritishtani karshati. Karshati means to struggle very hard. So they are struggling, the jivas in this material world are struggling with the mind and the senses. Mana shashrani indriyani. Indriyani means senses. So they are struggling in the material world. So that struggle is not our real natural life, is to always be struggling against the mind and the senses in this material world. So what is the solution? Krishna has told very, very nicely in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam praja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha shyami ma shuchaha. Just surrender to me and I will protect you. You'll have nothing to fear. I will protect you if you surrender to me. And then you should do my devotional service, my bhakti. And then Krishna says that always think of me. Okay? Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Become my bhakta. Madhyaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru, pay your obeisances to me. Mam evaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. If you do this, then you are guaranteed that you will come to me. I will make all arrangements and I will purify you and I will give you all sadhu sangha and then you can come to me eternally. So, very simple thing, to think of Krishna, to become his devotee, his bhakta, to pay obeisances to Krishna and to worship Krishna. This is what Krishna is telling us to do in his personal message to us in his Bhagavad Gita. So, this festival that is going to be happening in Altai, it is a golden opportunity for devotees to come and spend 1 week and have sadhu sangha with very, very wonderful Vaishnavas. I'm sitting here in Sri Navadvip Dham. You can see the trees and so forth in the background. And I'm going to be here continually into the future. So I'm doing regular Zoom calls for Russian devotees in particular, twice a week now, Monday, Thursday approximately. So you can send any message if you want to listen to any of those Zoom calls. They're also recorded on YouTube. Sundar Gopal Prabhu can arrange to give you all the information for that. And I'll be very happy if I can meet you on the Zoom call and we can have very wonderful Krishna Katha and discussions. So I look forward to seeing you, all of the devotees who are hearing this recording, and my Dandavat Pranams to my Sri Guru Parampara, all in my spiritual master Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, my Siksha Gurus Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and many, many other senior personalities who I have derived so much benefit from in my life. So I pay my obeisances to all of them, and I pray that I will receive the mercy of Sri Guru Gauranga Nityananda, Sri Panchatattva, and the holy Dham, Sri Navadvip Dham. So Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevaja Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.